Should I buy an Xbox 360 in 2013 is a question many of you might be asking this year. With the new generation consoles Xbox One and PlayStation 4 premieres around the corner, it's not that straightforward. The itching dilemma is, should I settle for the old generation Xbox or wait for the new one? In this video I'm going to help you out in this quandary and give you a few points to consider. Many of the arguments I have included will apply both to Xbox One and PlayStation 4 Switch. My immediate advice would be to stay with the old generation Xbox just for now, and even if you don't, it wouldn't be wise to rush your purchase decision. Don't buy the console immediately on the day of the premiere before the end of this year. For plenty players out there, the question whether to buy a new generation console is not a real issue, but for many others, a limited budget might be a definitive factor. There are still some people who watch price tags carefully and can't really afford a brand new Xbox One. New generation consoles will be crazy expensive immediately after the premiere. If you really need to buy a console quickly and can't wait to the premiere of the Xbox One, then you should settle for the 360. A pre-owned one would be a wise choice. The recent version models of 360 are decent, reliable machines, and you should not worry about their reliability, even if they are second-hand. With the launch of the Xbox One, we should also expect a substantial drop in Xbox 360 price, which speaks in favor of staying with the old platform. There are loads of game titles to play for the 360 and they are all at affordable prices, be it new off the shelf or second-hand. If you have never had a gaming console before, I'll tell you there are dozens of great games to play out there, for consecutive months if not years of fun. The good news is, there are plenty of great and cheap games which will not set you back much, selling at just about $7 to $10, like Gears of War, Splinter Cell, Ghost Recon, Alan Wake, Call of Duty and Battlefield series. The old Xbox 360 was launched back in 2006, so the technology inside it is a bit outdated by modern standards. Also, there is a huge gap technology-wise between 360 and Xbox One, there's no question about it. To an average gamer, however, the graphics of the 360 are still stunning and thus, this shouldn't be the only reason to switch to the Xbox One. If you have never seen any Xbox 360 games and have never played a console, check some games like Red Dead Redemption, Crysis 3, or Gears of War Judgment, Tomb Raider or Battlefield 3. The Xbox 360 game graphics still beat 90% of laptops and I don't expect it to change in the near future. I own a Lenovo Ultrabook myself and this machine was virtually struggling to run Far Cry 3 fluently with decent details, whereas the 360 did it with no sweat. As far as the game prices go, the Xbox One games will definitely be more expensive, given their novelty and lack of much second-hand circulation. So there's no question the Xbox 360 games will be much cheaper. We must not forget that the 360 has a very strong gaming community, and I believe most of game development studios will definitely continue to release their games for the OLED platform too, if only the technology allows. As Microsoft promised themselves, there will be dozens of games coming out for the platform this year and next year. However, we shouldn't expect developers to port the old 360 games like Gears of War 1 or Skate to the PS4. Buying a new generation console this year, you are immediately condemning yourself to just a handful of new games, many of which will be released for the 360 anyways, like The Bureau, Battlefield 4, Call of Duty Ghosts and Watch Dogs. A very limited number of games for the Xbox One will be a pain in the first months of the new console's lifecycle. As far as the multiplayer goes, there are millions of the Xbox 360 users around the world ready to play multiplayer games. I believe it will take years for the Xbox One to topple that. Don't expect cross-platform compatibility with the Xbox One users in terms of multiplayer. Buying brand new hardware immediately after the premiere is a big question mark in terms of reliability. But buying an old generation Xbox, you are getting a piece of fully tested and reliable hardware, free of glitches and faults. After the initial very faulty versions of the console, it took Microsoft several years to put reliable hardware into the 360.